Hi, today I want to go over my top 5 tips for beginner tarot readers. This video is 100% inspired by Samantha Menzo here on YouTube. I'll link her video on her top 5 tips for beginner astrologers. I'll link that in the description box below, as well as her Instagram. I really enjoy following her and I really enjoy her entire channel and everything that she does. So I definitely wanted to have given her credit for this idea for this video. I want you to keep in mind that this is just my experience. These are my ideas and this is my vision on reading the tarot and what I think would have helped me when I got started with tarot, or what I actually did that really helped me when I got started with tarot. So I often get questions on I'm just starting out, I don't know where to start. So here are my top 5 favorite tips for tarot reader beginners. So tip number 1 is to get a deck that you connect with. I'm a little bit different in my view on what your first deck should be, and I have a little list on what I think your first tarot deck should include. So the first thing on my list is it should be based on the RWS images. It should also come with a great guidebook, and it should be easy and fun to shuffle. So why should it be based on RWS images? Most people say that your first tarot deck has to be the RWS or the Waite-Smith tarot deck. The original one, like the one where you think of tarot, these are probably the images that you think of. And it could be a great choice for you. It is what most tarot decks and resources are based on. And if you want to work with a deck like that, I would recommend the Centennial RWS deck because these colors are a little bit more muted and I prefer the line work on this compared to for example, the original RWS tarot deck that I had first. However, my first tarot deck was not the RWS, and I believe that your first tarot deck should be one that you feel really connected to. So I would recommend that the imagery is based on the RWS simply because so many tarot books and resources are based on these images, and it's really nice to have the same symbols to refer to in your cards even if the images aren't 100% the same. I also talked about the great guidebook. Not all tarot decks come with a good guidebook, and I want guidebooks that have both keywords and interpretations. As you start out, it's tough to figure out what the card could actually mean if you have a weird written interpretation that couldn't be implemented in just any situation where you might pull that card. So keywords in your guidebook will help you create your own interpretations of the cards, especially as you pull them together instead of having 3 little stories that you somehow have to spin together. You have 3 keywords or 3 base keywords per card that you can implement together in a reading. I also said it should be easy and fun to shuffle. I think your first tarot deck should be fun and easy to shuffle because you're going to be spending a lot of time with it. If your cards are so thin that you almost rip them while you shuffle, or you have such a rough time even wrapping your hands around the deck, then it doesn't help with your tarot practice because it's not fun to work with your cards. So here are some of my recommendations. First is the Everyday Witch Tarot. It comes in a boxed kit with a great guidebook with a lot of information in there. The cards are also based on RWS, like I said. And this is just a fun, quirky, sort of witchy kind of deck. So if you really align with that witchy, fun energy, then this might be really great. And it's an awesome, awesome shuffler, especially riffle shuffling. That is how I learned to riffle shuffle, actually, with this deck. The second deck that I recommend is the Good Karma Tarot. This one is super gentle in its imagery, but not in a place where it doesn't give you what you need to hear in tough situations. The cards are a little bit bigger, but I still find them very easy to shuffle, both riffle shuffle and overhand shuffle. The guidebook that comes with it is really fun to read as well. It's really, I think it's a really easy read and can really help you look on the more bright side of tarot, but like I said, it doesn't stray away from any tougher readings either. The next one is the Lightyear's Tarot. This one is already a little bit more out there regarding being based on the RWS images, because yeah, there are some things that you can see that that compare, that are similar. The meanings are still similar, but the cards are more modern. They're really easy to connect with. They're colorful, they're bright. The guidebook, though smaller than the previous two decks, it still contains a lot of information. It has a lot of awesome keywords. And it also goes into the shadow side of a tarot card, so when you get it in reverse. Though I don't recommend that for beginners just yet. It's nice to get a deck that can go the long distance with you when you are ready for that in your tarot practice. The fifth one is the Mermaid Tarot. This one also comes in a boxed kit, and you get a great guidebook with it, with full color images and tons of space to even write your own stuff with that. And the cards, again, beautiful. This is more if you are interested in that mermaid watery theme. I think this is an amazing deck for you if you connect with water, the element of water in that way. The cards on these are also amazing to shuffle. They're the exact same cardstock as the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I just really appreciate that cardstock because it's easy and fun to shuffle. The last tarot deck that I want to recommend is the Anna K Tarot, and this one is a little bit different because I think it's the least modern, imagery, but what I really enjoy about this, first of all, the cardstock, really great, really easy and fun to shuffle, but also the imagery, you can really see the emotions in the faces of the people, and I think that really helps you connect with the cards in a reading. That when you, sure, you're gonna learn the keywords, of course, of every card, but when you already see a face with a certain emotion, you already sort of know how to feel with that card, and it can help you remember the keywords that are associated to that card as well. So, and the guidebook is also pretty good. I haven't completely read it, but I think there's enough decent information in there to get you started. Tip number 2, get a tarot card meaning resource. So if you want to read the tarot cards, you're gonna have to learn the individual card meanings. And now there are 78 cards in the tarot, so there are 78 card meanings to learn. In my opinion, the most overwhelming way to learn a tarot is to get a tarot book and to read it all the way through. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that is a wrong idea. I just think that if you are completely new to reading the tarot and to tarot in general, that it might overwhelm you the most, giving you the idea that you could never learn all 78 meanings of the cards. And if you want to go with a tarot book, create your own tarot card meaning cheat sheet based on the card meanings that the book gives you. And if you don't want to make your own tarot card meaning cheat sheet, I don't blame you. You can pick up mine for free. I'll leave the link in the description box below. It has enough space for you to write down your own keywords as you figure them out. Tip number 3, have a structure in which you conduct your readings. So before you start shuffling and slinging down cards, you're gonna wanna know what you're gonna ask the cards, so you'll know how to interpret the cards that you pull. My favorite way to structure my readings is with tarot spreads. I actually have an ebook with easy spreads for beginners that you can use every day. Again, available to download for free. I'll link it in the description box. And many of them can be used in an everyday check-in, which is a great way to grow in your tarot practice. You can use the same spread every day, and if you do that, then it's a great way to sort of grow in your tarot practice, because not only do you get to really know the spread and really get to know how it works, but you also get to know your cards really well, and it becomes easier to interpret them within the structure that you know so well. I would recommend the Going Well, Do Better spread, or the Act Rest spread, or even the Situation Obstacle Advice spread. Though that one you might not want to do every day, but more as an every week or every month sort of thing. And you can use these spread on any topic where you need to act and rest in your love life, or what is going well and where you could do better in your career, or anything like that. Tip number 4, get a tarot journal. So I would have put this higher up in the list because I think it is super important to keep track of the readings that you conduct. And you want to write down your interpretations and somewhat predictions so that you can look back on them. First of all, to see how things ended up working out in your life, but also to learn from your past readings. The reason that I'm putting it on number 4 on the list is because I want you to put the resources that we talked about in tip 2. I want you to put those resources in your journal. And with tip number 3, we talked about the spreads. I want you to keep them in your journal. So you have one journal where you can put all of your stuff so that you can, if you want to do a reading, you just grab your cards, grab your journal, and you have everything you need right in there. So what does a tarot journal look like? Mine is a simple notebook that I just really love the look of. I write down the questions that I'm gonna ask. I write down the cards that I pull and my interpretations of them in regards to the questions I asked. And some people like to photograph their cards and then print them and paste them in their journal. I personally just draw a rectangle and put the name of the card in the rectangle. Another option is a digital tarot journal. And this could be as simple as a notes app on your phone. Or it could be a little bit more complicated, like a PDF tarot journal that you can work on from your phone or your iPad with a tablet pencil. So I am currently working on a digital tarot journal for my shop. It is not up yet at the time that I'm filming this, but it might be up by the time this video goes live. So if it is, I'll link it down below. You can find it in my Ko-fi page. I don't know if it is up yet right now. It is my goal to have it up by the end of the month though. Now for tip number 5, we have practice, okay? My last tip is just to practice your tarot readings. Start with readings for yourself daily if that is something that you feel like you are up to. Do weekly readings, do monthly readings, and when you are ready, ask a trusted friend or family member if you could do a reading for them. Of course, be honest about how long you've been practicing for, and that it is for your practice. And also take note of those readings in your tarot journal because they might not, and it can be a great validation for you. Also, for your own validation and trust in your own intuition, write down like any reviews that you get on your readings. So if anybody ever tells you something awesome about your reading, how much it resonated or how something came true, write it down because this helps you with your trust in your own abilities and it helps you grow this trust in yourself, and that trust is what you need to in your practice to be able to grow. And if you don't know anybody in your life that you could do a reading for, find some people online. I'm part of a couple of Discord communities where I have started out doing readings for other people. But you could find Facebook groups as well. So those were my top 5 favorite tips for tarot reader beginners. So if this resonated with you, if you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. I really thought this all through very well, and I just really hope that it resonates and that you find it helpful and that it's useful in some kind of way. Again, thank you so much, Samantha Menzo, for inspiring me to do this video. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching hers, by the way, because I'm an astrology noob. So I thought, you know what? I know a lot more about tarot, so let me do this video for tarot. I don't know, she might even do a tarot video about this herself, and I would love to see how our videos align. If you want to see more videos on tarot, I do pick a card readings, all that fun stuff, definitely subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you here. You can book a personal reading with me. Links are in the description box below always. And listen to my podcast if you are interested. If you like podcasts, I do weekly forecasts through astrology and tarot. I focus mostly on tarot, but it's based on the astrology transits that are going on. Okay, so thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you next time.